Kim just went through a recent divorce, and I think in a lot of ways this is a spiritual quest or a new beginning, a rebirth.
I wouldn't say the divorce was the hardest challenge. That part was kind of a formality at the end of what was really hard, which I would say the last couple of years as we tried to make it work were tough.
The social aspect of the game is another facet that intrigues Kim.
I'm a communications major, so watching people interact fascinates me. I love dynamics. I actually really like awkward situations socially, like enjoy watching things that are a little uncomfortable, so I think that's why I love Survivor.
Kim is someone that I think people will root for. She's likable, she's attractive, she's quiet, but she's not a doormat.
I think it's fun to challenge myself. I love what it feels like at the end of a day to be really tired and worn out and be, pushing yourself to the limit.
Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. A good season of Survivor tells a compelling story that has you rooting for someone and against someone else in hopes that it all ends in a satisfying conclusion. Each story we look at together will go through one character's journey from beginning to end, and we are going to look at every character moment and strategic move to determine whether they were a hero or a villain and whether they were a good or bad strategist. With that, welcome to Once Upon an Island. For reference, we are only observing what the TV show is showing us and what stories being told through the show. No future seasons will be mentioned, but I may include secret scenes and behind the scenes footage to flesh out the story, and all character moments and strategic moves are interpreted with the mindset of what the story is trying to tell us. And now with that,
39 days, 18 people, 1 survivor.
Kim Spradlin, a 28-year-old bridal shop owner from San Antonio, was a castaway on season 24 Survivor One World. And Survivor is back in Samoa for the 4th time, and this time, no returnees, thank goodness. The tribes are split by gender, men versus women, and right away the smack talk begins. Sabrina says these men can't survive without women. And Troyzan says the men are going to win everything, and he means everything. Talk is cheap though, this is war. Jeff says grab stuff off of the truck, and Michael steals the women's supplies ruthlessly. Wow, game on. On their walk to camp, wasting no time, the women form an alliance as initiated by Kim.
Right away, I already knew who our 5 were gonna be, and it was done in a matter of seconds.
Who's your cat?
Sob. And Kim.
It is Kim, Sabrina, Chelsea, Alicia, and Kat, a majority of 5. Upon arriving at their camp, it looks like both tribes are living on one beach, and the response is lukewarm. This is a massive twist, and the gravity of it seems completely lost on this group of recruits. Kim says the stealing, combined with them living together, has really rallied a women power movement amongst their group, which he's not a fan of but is going with. The guys get fire right away, the women don't, they're struggling. And that night, Kim says, why don't we just go over and ask for some? Kat is excited by this because she just wants to talk and see people's faces, and Kim's like, yes, the fire will bring great ambiance to camp life. And Kat doesn't know the meaning of the word, literally. Also, the guys don't give them fire, they're not giving them anything. They then go to the immunity challenge where
technically, this challenge requires 9 people start, 9 people finish. So by the rules, this challenge is over. The men have won and they can take the victory right now and send the women to tribal council. The men, if you want, can make a gesture of goodwill and say, let's finish this challenge.
We're gonna take immunity.
Meaning you're gonna win the challenge right now.
Yeah.
Don't you want to finish the game? Don't you guys want to finish and complete it?
Okay,
and do it the right way?
I understand. If it was reversed and one of us got hurt, I just don't think it would be the same thing. There's no way you guys would say, let's play on. You just wouldn't do it. I just don't buy it. That doesn't work.
Like, just have someone.
Bring it on. We won.
The guys with the not wanting to finish the challenge. I get it, like in hindsight I can look back and kind of see maybe what they were thinking, but I'm from Texas, men are chivalrous, grew up watching Westerns. It's just like, no guy I know would have made that choice.
come on, this is a game about voting people off. Who cares about being chivalrous? Anyways, with Courtney being seen by medical people, well, their tribe goes, if she does come back, we could just vote her off since we have to vote off someone anyways. So at Tribal Council, Jeff says, actually, there will be no vote off because Courtney's just pulled from the game for good. That's it for the premiere. Yeah, Kim's pretty low key and she seems smart. This could work out well for her, but at the moment there are bigger characters around. Did you know that Patreon is now free to sign up for? Yes, that is the place where I give updates, post videos early, and have you all pick what I make now as a free option. Link in the description, you can cancel anytime, and there's a 15% discount if you do want to support this channel for 1 year. Thank you for your support. Episode 2 sees a DIY emphasis on the why are they doing this reward challenge where the women lose. They cannot catch a break, especially since Colton will not leave them alone. You see, he was endearing on day 1, but now on day 4, he is driving them nuts. I mean, he is constantly hanging out with the women like a needy child who needs to be entertained, and the women are over him to the point where they ask him to just leave. Go away.
I don't know if it's just Colton's just like fickle craziness, dramatic, and now he's crying. It's just the more he comes over, the more he starts becoming like a jerk by the minute. This is our tribe, and we have to start owning our tribe, owning our thoughts, owning our actions, and owning what the vision of what we want to look like later on down the road without having a guy who acts like a girl involved.
Well, and here's the thing from our end, it's like, it's not that we don't love you and don't want you around, but you can understand. We are two tribes. You're from the other tribe and you're in our camp hearing everything we're doing, and you have to be able to understand that that seems like a really dumb move on our part.
Good riddance, but I bet he will be back soon. They then lose immunity thanks to Kat, and Chelsea says we should blindside Kat since she sucks at challenges. However, Kat is part of their 5-person alliance, and turning on her this quick would make the other women in the alliance go, I guess we're not really an alliance, are we? Kim is the one who says this, by the way, and I completely agree. She's spot on. You don't want to turn on your own alliance. It's the first vote off. So they all vote at Tribal, and
Second person voted out of Survivor One World. Nina, the tribe has spoken.
Episode 3 brings a change of luck as the women win both reward and immunity. And back at camp, Kim is part of a trio that actually catches fish with the fishing reward supplies they won. Nice. But the men, they're getting a bit jealous. You see, they've kind of had a stranglehold over everything going well at camp and the women having nothing, and now the women have something, they want something too. They say, hey, if we borrow the fishing supplies, we'll give you half of what we catch for free. And the women say no, namely Chelsea. She says no, and no one disputes her. I am surprised the women are being so hard-nosed about this, but the men have not been nice to them at all, so it kind of makes sense. This is payback on an emotional level. Logically, it makes no sense. The men then win immunity, and back at camp, the debate is between Christina and Alicia for who should go home. That is until
Bill is a crazy person. I hate him. Maybe I should go to those girls and say, do y'all want to trade and we'll go to Tribal Council tonight? Because we have a lot more to deal with than y'all.
I've never heard of anyone doing this. I don't like that idea, but at this point, Colton's calling the shots. So what am I going to say? No? If I do that, Colton might put a target on my back.
What happened? They want to go to Tribal. Are you joking?
Oh my God.
The Monano tribe has absolutely lost their marbles. They're not a tribe. They're not working together, which is great. Because if they do this, it gives the Solani tribe that big boost that we needed.
Oh my gosh, the men did it. They gave up immunity on purpose. I am baffled. But no time to dwell on that, as it is time for a tribe swap. Kim stays on Solani, and boy oh boy are they stacked. They win reward easily, and back at camp, Kim implements stage 1 of tricking the men.
Going into a merge situation, we want to make sure we have a solid 4 or 5 people.
I think it's Solani versus Monono right now. I don't think it's men versus women. And if it was, we would be on the outs because we're down a man as far as our tribe goes. They have one more girl. I don't mind at all working with these women. You know, I think I can trust them. I'm gonna get to know them better and see where their head's at.
What's Chelsea like?
Chelsea's great. She hasn't really been playing strategy. She's just she's game. I trust her.
Whatever merge situation happens, let's intermingle, let's weave our way into it.
And then when it comes time to vote, we all have to tell each other what's going down and make sure that it goes not towards any one of us. And then pretty soon we're in the majority and it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
This has been my thing all along. I'm trying to keep my options open. So if sticking with the girls works best for me in the long run, I'll stick with the girls. And if we get to the merge and we don't have the numbers, Troy and Jay are my alliance all the way.
Kim has so many options. This will make more sense later. But for now, she has so many options. Not only is she tricking the men, but she also finds an idol and tells Chelsea who is the one person she can trust with certainty will not tell others. Normally telling someone is dumb, but in this case, it just locks Chelsea in even more. Their tribe wins immunity, and the next episode sees Colton pulled from the game due to medical reasons, and the idol he had goes with him. He didn't give it to anyone, and yes, he was given the opportunity to give it to someone, and he just chose not to. What a jerk. So at Tribal, Jeff says, you are all now merged. We are now merged, yep, that fast, and believe it or not, the men and women are tied 6-6. The men should be up 7-5, but they foolishly gave away immunity. Oh, and how can we forget that Kim has options? She can either stick to this new Solani alliance with people like Jay and Troyzan, or stick to the all-women's alliance. She has to keep her options open. We see Troyzan win immunity, and in a secret scene, she tells Michael, oh yes, the new Solani alliance is definitely the way I'm gonna go, and he buys this hook, line, and sinker. But here's the thing, Kim is doing the all-women's alliance. Her options are open, sure, but the best option is all women. Jay says, let's vote out Jonas since he's part of the new Monono, which makes Kim's life that much easier. She just wants a guy out, doesn't really matter which guy. So they all vote at Tribal, and
7th person voted out and the first member of our jury, Jonas. Jonas, tribe has spoken.
The women are up 6-5, and with one more man gone, I think this game becomes theirs for good. As boring as that would be for the season, that's just the way it's gonna go. Her team wins reward, and she says eating this food really lets her think through her options. I mean, if this was a drinking game, you'd be dead. So many options. She then options into a final 3 alliance with Sabrina, where they conspire to trick Troyzan. How so? Well, as we see back at camp.
Troy, I just thought you should know that Mike is subtly planting the seed in lots of people's minds that you're going to win. And that, like, we can't let you make it that long. And so I just feel like we got to get Mike out of here because he's one of the only people I think that could bully Christina, Alicia,
Right.
and he gets one more of us to vote. And you're going home, and then we're all going home.
That pisses me off.
Troyzan and I went this morning in the rain to get tree mail, and I told him this whole story about, hey, yesterday Mike was kind of throwing your name out there. I think we need to take Mike out first, and then we'll take out the girls.
This morning, I hear that Mike wants to take me out of the game, and it pisses me off. He doesn't do jack squat. He's just an idiot. That guy irks me, man. I'm sick of him. And if Mike wants to frickin' vote me out, he's got another thing coming.
I mean, that is a 100% fabricated lie by Kim, and it works. Troyzan foolishly does not talk to Michael and just believes Kim at face value. Amazing. What a great option. Kim could be a college quarterback with how much she loves to run her options. Jay wins immunity, and Kim continues to feed lies to Troyzan to trick him, and she tells us it is time for the women to dominate. However, that could fall apart, and she says she can't ignore the guys as they could be useful in the future as another option. We then see Chelsea telling people way too much info to the point where Kim has to step in and cover up Chelsea's messiness by telling Michael exactly what he wants to hear, which is they're voting out Christina. But they're not voting out Christina. So at Tribal Council,
8th person voted out, the 2nd member of our jury, Mike. Tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
My alliance was, I trusted Kim 100% and Kat, Sabrina, Chelsea, but I didn't think I'd go until we actually voted out the rest of the old Monono tribe. I sure hope Kim didn't vote for me tonight. I thought I had a good connection.
we will be tracking the relevant jury information as people are voted out of the game, but for now, the women are up 6-4. Troyzan says, if the women don't want to vote out Christina next, then I will know that the new Solani alliance is fake. Yeah, you're a little late to the party there, buddy. But he does say if there's fishy business, he will play his idol to knock out Kim. But back to Chelsea and Kim, who feel like they got this game in the bag. With Michael out, the numbers are easily on their side, and Jay talks to them about voting Alicia out, and they make him feel good and like, oh yeah, that's definitely the plan, we're gonna vote out Alicia. But it isn't, it's just a lie. Chelsea wins immunity, and the current option is to vote out Troyzan, so Kim talks to him and...
You're not voting me off.
No.
So it is definitely Alicia. I swear to me. I'm not gonna blindside me again. I'm gonna go, damn it, like my freaking Survivor experience sucks.
We're good.
I know. It's like,
You're good.
Kim just kind of like kept going, like, don't worry, it's almost like too much. I don't know, it just seems a little fishy. Like, if she wanted to get me out, she'd want to be extra sure that I felt like I was safe. It just doesn't sound right. Like, you're safe, you're safe, you're safe. You only have to say it once.
I think Troyzan knew what was up before talking to Kim, but she didn't do anything to change his mind, if that makes sense. He then talks to Jay and says, dude, I'm playing my idol tonight to knock out Kim. Help me. Which is bad news, right? He's gonna idol out Kim. Well, as it turns out, wrong. It's not bad news. Jay is a massive idiot, as he then snitches this crucial information to Kim, who goes, I guess we'll switch gears and just vote out Jay instead. Wow. So they all vote, and
if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Troyzan will not count. First vote, Troy, does not count. Troy, does not count. Kim, Alicia, Jay, 1 vote Jay. Jay, 2 votes Jay. Alicia, 2 votes Jay, 2 votes Alicia. Jay, that's 3 votes Jay. 9th person voted out, the 3rd member of our jury. Jay, tribe has spoken.
Honestly, I'm hoping that Chelsea and Kim didn't vote for me. I would at least feel a little bit better about my discernment of who to trust and who not to trust.
Jay did himself in, quite literally, and Troyzan is now ticked as he says, the new Solani Alliance was just garbage this whole time. Like, yeah, welcome to the club, dude. We've gone through 3 tribal councils and you just now got that. We go to the Survivor auction where Alicia and Tarzan buy letters from home for $400, and Troyzan bids hard on a challenge advantage. Many of the women have already spent money, so they don't want Troyzan to win this challenge advantage, so they goat Christina into unwillingly bid against him, which just fuels his fire even more as he wins the challenge advantage. So what does Kim do at the auction? Well, she cleans up nicely.
Shower.
Survivor shower.
Oh, God.
With shampoo and toothbrush.
I'll do 40.
40 to Kim. Kim just bought a shower for $40.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. For $40? That's peanut butter.
Peanut butter,
20 bucks, 20 bucks.
and chocolate.
20 bucks. 200.
From the shower, Kim
I
bids
hate you
200.
What?
Sold to Kim.
Oh my God. Oh,
Craziest auction ever. Half-naked woman in a towel now has chocolate and peanut butter.
How did they let her win both items? I have no idea. We then go back to camp where Leaf begs Jeff to come to their camp to deliver his letter from home, and he even offers $100, which is $300 less than what others paid for it, and it's just like a baffling series of events, and no, Jeff does not come and deliver Leaf's letter. But this is it. Troyzan needs to lose this immunity challenge so he can be voted off. So at said challenge,
This is my island, you can't beat me.
Shut up.
Please.
You're not getting
Oh my God, please knock this fool out.
Troyzan knocks out his 3rd target in a row. Yes! Troyzan wins immunity.
Yes.
Troyzan is safe at tonight's tribal council. As for the rest of you, somebody going home tonight.
that was a wild response, and now the women have to settle for voting off Leaf or Tarzan. The idea is tossed around about voting out a girl, but the general consensus is that it's too soon, and I agree. I mean, I would love if they did it for the chaos factor, but logically it doesn't make any sense. Troyzan then campaigns hard to those who are on the bottom to vote out Kim, and people are just like not interested. Troyzan has the correct read on where everyone is on the totem pole, but people are so disillusioned by Kim that they just don't see it. We then go to Tribal, where Troyzan then reiterates to everyone with the jury watching that Kim is the leader, she's the ringleader, and she needs to go. He's right, people are not listening, so Leaf is voted out. And in episode 11, Kim says Troyzan painting her as a target sucks, and yes, on its face it does, but if Kim can get him out, she'll prove that she is the leader and the big target, and if she were to reach the final 3, everyone else will see it too. It's risky, but she doesn't have an option, which is like, what, the first time? Who am I kidding? Kim always has options. We then see Kim and Kat agree to take each other on reward, and at said reward challenge, Kim is voted as the player the others would trust with their life. Very telling. She then wins reward, takes Alicia and Chelsea, not Kat, who she just promised to take on the reward, which makes Kat mad, obviously. And Troyzan rightfully points out that Kim sees Alicia and Chelsea as closer allies to her than Kat. How do we know this is true? Well, on said reward, Kim says there's no one else she wanted to bring on the reward but Alicia and Chelsea. Oh, well, there you go. But back at camp, Kat still does not get it.
She's hungry. Like, What is that supposed to mean she's hungry? We're all hungry, you know? And then Troy's in with his little comments. Oh, look at them. There they go. There goes the final 3. Chelsea was picked because she doesn't eat.
This isn't about food today. It's a strategy. Kat, you gotta, you know, grasp like what's going on. You think that you're in the know when you're actually not.
I'm pissed because Kim didn't take me. And I'm pissed because I have to listen to Troy's aunt about like that I'm a follower and that I don't make any decisions for myself and that Kim is the lead player. I don't believe that. Troy was making me so angry. And I was sick and tired of him saying that. Like, he says that they're the final 3. Like I'm not true.
Get this, when Kim gets back, she tells Kat, oh, I wanted to bring you on reward, but then never explains why she didn't. And Kat, by the way, is sold. Like, am I taking crazy pills? How does Kim keep getting away with this nonsense? Kat doesn't even find out a real reason and just forgives Kim. Is Kim a witch? Is she using some sort of magic on these people? She then wins immunity, and now Troy's aunt is going home. Though they are not sure if he has another idol, so they gotta split their votes between him and Christina, since Christina is a pushover who will not care. I mean, that's what they say. That is their reasoning, not mine. Even Alicia says Christina's IQ is 0, and she compares her to Alicia's special ed kids that she works with. That is beyond harsh. So they all vote at tribal, and
11th person voted out, and the 5th member of the jury. Troy. Troyzan, the tribe has spoken.
I don't want to see Tarzan here. It's too many guys. But I just want to see a surprise, you know, like one of the girls, you know, like Chelsea or Kim, just somebody who, you know, who I feel is maybe the powerhouse right now.
Episode 12 sees the family visit where Kim's older sister comes and they hug and cry. Yes, very nice. But the real craziness is Kat, who has a strange relationship with her cousin. And when they win reward, she takes Kim and Alicia, who just went on reward, but for good reason, she says she has a good reason, okay? She wants to get drunk with them. Amazing. While on said reward,
I really just want to spend time with Kim and Alicia on a genuine friendship level. Maybe I shouldn't have picked those 2 people strategically, but I did. And you can't go back on it. And what are you gonna do? Am I gonna dwell on it? No, I'll just eat my cake, get drunk, and I'll go back to the tribe and deal with them later. Do I believe this is the final 3? Yes. Do I want to jinx it? No. So I'm not gonna speak about it. It's seriously confidential situation.
So, the longer I do this, the more I think this is my best option. I don't think Alicia will get many votes. She's not well liked, but she's delusional about that. In Kat, she would be the person that would have a show like how the $1 million ruined my life in a year and she doesn't know where she spent the money. And my whole ploy the whole time to both of them is you're gonna kick my ass in the end, but I would be really surprised.
If there's anybody that you feel that way about, I would just say stick with them.
Yeah.
Wow, harsh. True, but harsh. Working on this video has made me realize just how villainous Kim actually is this season, but I think this goes unnoticed. I mean, when people talk about her game in retrospect, I think they forget how villainous Kim really is. She's playing an almost JT level game here with how others are mesmerized by her, but she's way more villainous and less charismatic than JT. At the immunity challenge, Sabrina drops out first and Kim beats Kat for her 2nd immunity win. Kat is blown away. She says, how on earth did I lose to a 28-year-old when I am 22? Kim is ancient. Oh man, if 28 years old is ancient, then we're all in trouble. But here's the thing. Prior to that challenge, the general thought is that Sabrina is the biggest target amongst the women. Laughable considering Kim is still there, but whatever, as apparently Sabrina dropping out of immunity first has people rethinking this and saying Kat should go instead. Now Kim wants Sabrina out as she sees the threat to her at the end against Sabrina, and everyone else wants Kat, so Kim says, I have so many options. So they all vote at tribal, and
first vote, Sabrina. Kat. 2 votes, Kat. 12th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Kat, tribe has spoken.
How could she lie to me? I'm just so upset because that was like the way of living for me. Like I like it better there. And now I have to go back to my life and I don't want to.
Who do you feel the most let down by? Who do you feel?
Kim! She lied to me. I took care of her.
I have a feeling that Sabrina's gonna be showing up next tonight, so it's gonna be so hard to see that because I was really hoping that she was gonna be in that final 3 because she would have easily gotten my vote, that's for sure.
I'm rooting for Sabrina, but at the same time, I'm being realistic. I don't think she's gonna make it. I think she's way too eloquent
You know, I'm hoping that Kim doesn't win immunity today. They would be stupid not to send her home because she's a powerhouse.
What about Tarzan, you may be asking? How did Kat go before him? I don't know. I think it's because Kat is better in challenges than Tarzan, but was Kat ever a threat to win this game? No, but Kim had to follow the option of what everyone else was doing. That was her option. Chelsea then wins reward, takes Sabrina and Kim and tells Kim, I love you, and she's being sincere. I see more of JT's game in Kim every day. Like the more I work on this video, the more I see it. Back at camp, Alicia is ticked that Kim has gone on 3 said reward challenges. Mind you, Alicia has been on 2, and some of these people here have been on none. So I think Alicia is more mad that she didn't get a 3rd reward as well. Tarzan says, let's vote off Kim then, but don't be swayed by recent events as Kim has this all worked out.
Because I have been playing both sides. Alicia, Tarzan, and Christina all think that I make a foursome for them. And then Chelsea and Sabrina think I am their 3rd. Setting yourself up in a position to play both sides is brilliant, but it's also one of the scarier places to sit in this game because it just takes one conversation between 2 people on opposite sides for them to kind of put it all together. And then you're the first person gone because nobody trusts you anymore.
Sneaky, sneaky. If Kim didn't talk about her options 1,000 times this season, I might have named her video Double Agent because she really has everyone fooled. Even Sabrina sees how Kim is able to say almost anything, and you just kind of believe her when you look into her baby blue eyes. It's mesmerizing, she says. And Sabrina's just like, yeah, I mean, she doesn't even like consider voting off Kim. Am I going crazy? Kim then tricks Alicia by convincing her that Tarzan is trying to trick Kim too. Is this true? I mean, partially, but really it's just a ruse to trick Alicia. Amazing, 10 out of 10. These women eat up anything Kim tells them. Heck, the men did too for a while, so it's not just the women. But what about Kim's nose? I know the segue was terrible, but as we see in the secret scene.
You've done nose jobs before?
Well, hell yeah. A male angle is 90, a female angle is 100 to 110.
I didn't know that.
I know, because I'm a plastic surgeon.
Nose?
No, that's the ideal feminine nose.
Ideal, meaning perfect.
Turn sideways. Oh wow, she's 110.
Because mine goes like this.
You're 110.
Down. There's a weird part of me that thinks Tarzan may be brilliant at what he does. Like, there's this thing that's really endearing about Tarzan that everybody kind of is starting to really like.
Kim's blue eyes have been mentioned as to why people trust her, but I wonder if her ideal nose helps too. Just saying, maybe people's inherent physical biases might be having them trust Kim a little bit more than someone else. It's just something to consider. I have no idea. I am not on Tarzan's island. Alicia then barely beats Kim for immunity by 1 second, and back at camp, Kim showboats about how she tricked Alicia to Sabrina, and Sabrina does not put 2 and 2 together that Kim is a massive threat. Am I taking crazy pills? So they all voted tribal, and
13th person voted out and the 7th member of our jury, Tarzan. Tarzan, the tribe has spoken.
I'm just surprised that they don't gun for Kim. Kim's like me. Like, why don't if they're gonna gun for like a super strong person? Why aren't they going for Kim? Is Alicia in trouble if she doesn't win immunity?
I think Alicia is going to get stabbed.
Here we are at the finale, and it is boring, so let's just speed run it, trust me. Kim wins immunity number 3. She says, I have so many options that my head feels like exploding. Amazing, I mean, just absolutely amazing. Her endless talk about options is a drinking game that, as I said before, you would die playing. She then lies to Alicia, again making her think they are voting off Chelsea, and at tribal council,
14th person voted out and the 8th member of our jury, Alicia. Alicia, tribe has spoken.
I'm proud of Kim. I mean, she fooled me completely, and the jury's a bitter jury for sure. And all I gotta say is, Sabrina, you don't deserve it. If she plans on keeping you, you are the laziest person I've ever met. I would never vote for you. And Chelsea, you didn't play the game as well. Oh wait, let's go back to Sabrina. You never did anything. And then we'll go back to Chelsea right now. Chelsea, you don't deserve it because you didn't even do anything. You just mimicked whatever Kim told you.
Christina is next to go. She knows this, we know this, so why bother? She's a goner. And I'm not just saying that, Christina says that. She's like, yeah, I mean, I'm done. It's just like, what the heck? Everyone just lay down and let Kim walk all over you, okay? What else is new? So at the final immunity challenge,
1 bull left for Kim. All she has to do is get this 10th and final bull through the track to the top and place it without knocking her stack down. Kim wins immunity. victory and a guaranteed spot at the final tribal council. For the 4th time in this game, you've won individual immunity. You have dominated the individual portion of this game.
4 immunity wins for Kim, and she was 1 second away from a 5th one earlier. Stellar. I love me a dominant player who also dominates immunity challenges. It's just something to watch. Christina is voted out, and on day 39, we get backstories for the final 3 all of a sudden. Weird timing here at the very end. Sabrina says, I am a teacher from a tough neighborhood in Harlem. Chelsea says, my family has money, so I don't need the $1 million. Sabrina's made me feel something for her. Chelsea's like, oh, okay. And Kim says, I am divorced and overcoming that, though we did kind of touch upon that with her pre-season press. Why did the show wait until the very end, though, to tell these things canonically? I don't know. But this secret scene I'm about to show you on day 39 is just something else.
Kim and I, we wanted to make sure we were nice and sparkly clean for our fellow castaways tonight and decided we would take a dip in the well that everyone's been drinking out of for 39 days. I'm getting in. Good. I think people really did do like barrel baths back in the day. I'm getting claustrophobic. Ow! We were just having a good time, and then Chelsea got stuck in the well. Chelsea and I needed to wash our hair with fresh water so we can look shiny and clean. Fresh and clean for the final tribal, because sometimes what people look like, it matters. You know, there's like lots of studies that have been done on that. So we thought if we put fresh water in our hair, our chances go up, up, up.
Here we are, final tribal council. So far, the jury does not like Chelsea. A few are rooting for Sabrina, but most admit that Kim is the best hands down. Let's see if anything changes here. Kim opens with how she started this game intending to be a poker player who put gameplay before anything else, which sounds lame, until she layers in how her family could really use the money. True or not, it gives an emotional reason to those looking for one to vote for her. Jonas is the first juror and he says, Sabrina, you're popular. Chelsea, you're hot. And with Kim,
I thought you played a flawless game up until last tribal council. You didn't take Christina. I was just like floored. I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I kind of got to this place where I thought if everybody absolutely hates me for all the decisions I made, then Christina will beat me if they're that angry. And if everybody votes for the person that they think played the best game, that I can sit here with these 2 guys and I'll win. And that it wouldn't matter.
I think Kim got away with that one. Wow. I mean, she gets away with everyone, so I don't know why I'm surprised, but I am. Christina then asked Chelsea why she hates people. Just, okay. I think she speaks for many jurors here when she asked that question. Jay then talks to Sabrina and no one else. Michael then asks him to define what a blindside is. She does this and he asks, have you perfected it? Now, instead of just addressing that question head on, she expertly compliments Michael and why he was blindsided instead of just taking the question at face value. Kim is good. She's real good. That is until we get to Troyzan.
I'm just gonna ask you one question. And if you answer this question correctly, you really have a great shot of winning. If you don't, that will show me that you're not the survivor that you think you are.
No pressure.
So, there was a point in this game where it was the decision made against me.
Okay.
Tell me the moment that you basically made the move to demolish my chances of winning this game.
Taking Jonas out of this game.
That's your answer.
That's my answer.
You gonna tell her if she got it right or not?
No. The survivor gods have spoken. And it's like, uno, dos, adios.
I think Kim answered the question just fine and truthful. It's just that Troyzan does not like Kim. He could be petty, as we saw in this game multiple times. Tarzan waxes poetic about himself and his wife. Brilliant. Leaf is a locked vote for Sabrina, but he asks, why did you all vote me out? And Kim says, well, you voted for me before and I had to get you out of the game. It's nothing amazing. As I said, Leaf's a locked vote for Sabrina. And finally, Kat says she feels hurt by Kim but forgives her. I really sped run a boring hour-and-a-half finale as fast as I could. We all know where this is headed. Let's go to the live reunion.
First vote, Kim. Sabrina. 1 vote Kim. Kim. 2 votes Kim. 1 vote Sabrina. Sabrina. Kim. 3 votes Kim. 2 votes Sabrina. Kim. The winner of Survivor 1 World, Kim.
Kim is surprisingly a villain. I did not expect that going into this video. I mean, it's not in the nasty Russell Hantz way where he just kind of attacks people for funsies. Instead, Kim just played this ruthless game that had her not caring about the optics to us, the audience, as she made the best game moves possible. And a lot of the time that just involves straight up lying to people, making stuff up, backstabbing to an expert level. The only time I can think of that she was mean for just mean sake is when she described how money would ruin Kat's life. And I can't say she's wrong. You know, Kim's a villain. Color me shocked, as I don't think many remember her as one, but a closer analysis shows it's not really close. Out of 15 character moments shown on the show, 4 were heroic and 11 were villainous, making Kim a villain character on Survivor 1 World. Now, how is Kim as a strategist? What an expert. She didn't play a perfect game in the number sense, like she wasn't close to a perfect game, but we all saw with our own eyes how dominant she was, a la Boston Rob on Redemption Island or JT on Tocantins. Ignoring her 4, nearly 5 immunity wins. People were under Kim's spell, both men and women, and trusted whatever nonsense came out of her mouth to a ridiculous degree. Boston Rob would get away with stuff and it made sense. I mean, we've seen him play 4 times. We kind of get how it goes, but with Kim, this is her first time playing and she had literal JT magic where you're baffled by the others not seeing through it. Heck, even Sabrina, just like observed this, had it nailed, and still did not consider the option, there it is, of voting out Kim. Didn't even ponder the thought. Kim's social, strategic, and physical game was top-notch, an impressive win for a first-time player. Out of 57 strategic moments shown on the show, 44 were smart and 13 were dumb, making Kim a smart strategist on Survivor 1 World. Thanks for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you all next time.